Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. I welcome to you basically my book read, my third and fourth book that I have completed. We're gonna have a talk about that and anything else you guys gonna talk in the basically chat, so to say. So right now I'm waiting for confirmation. Talk in the basically chat. So yeah, I think audio and video is working as of now. If any of you have any issue, please do comment that you guys facing an issue. YouTube seems to be working fine. Sir, there is no workload for other basic science project in PU colleges. Sir, there is no workload for other basic science subject in PU Punjab University, I think, PU college except organic chemistry. Again, it's a sort of fact that you are telling me which I can't control, so I have no context why you are telling me that. It's like, what can I do about that? So that's the weird part. So ultimately I had to choose chemistry. Fair enough. That's up to you. Again, many times our decisions are based on conveniences and based on the fact that, again, cost also. You may go somewhere else and you may have to expend exponentially large amount of money which you cannot afford, so that will create a problem. So that is also understandable. Okay, because nowadays adults below 30 aren't taking joy in anything. They're stuck in session loop. There are many more things going in this world that is making that a reality where people are not actually enjoying the life they have. It's not just one thing. There are a lot of things that are, let's just say, not helping the situation. So that's there. Make a dedicated video for adults like me, challenging make you grow faster. There is no panacea that you are seeking that if I could do this, my life will become better. It's basically a step-by-step, brick-by-brick process. For example, does reading self-help book guarantees that you're going to have a better, successful life? Hell no. But then why do people do that? Because not doing so is useless. If you do read it, there is some probability that something will resonate to you, because right now I'm on my fourth book and I can tell you I have learned a lot. Now history, what else I was doing when I was not reading books? Again, watching videos and all that. Again, there is a point where it's like, it's not profitable, it's not what you call, it's not helpful. But if you do read, it does slow you down, it does forces you to think through it. And again, you may find something very interesting, like there is like a one line that happened, like I was in court and I was reading this, because again, that time I was like a mobile phone did not had enough like, you know, offline storage video, so I had no way of cutting time. So, and again, you have to wait a lot in courts. So I was reading this, there was one line that almost gave me a shock, where it's like, whoa, I never had thought about that. So this sort of thing does happen, where it's like you read it, it improves your odds. Basically, it's like if you do investment, then there is a chance that your money will double. If you do zero investment, the chance is zero. So that's why people have to go through this process brick by brick, day by day. You cannot just like, now I'm adult. That does not work that way. You have to take step by step, and every step has to build upon the last one, and over time then you are like, okay, now I'm far more competent, far more capable than I used to be. Nothing else is there. I will donate 1,000 as directly to your account. Again, that question is unanswerable. Like the way that you are thinking, like if I can watch this or if I can follow these steps, life is not that easy. I'm spamming this comment because YouTube removes it. No, it did not. For sake of young adults, make a video on challenges, make it grow faster. In-depth video on that. You are saying many things, but it's like, okay, it's a request. Rajput, you have given heart. Okay, cool. What is the upcoming video topic? You're gonna have a very fun time. The upcoming video is on a flagship NASA mission, so that's on Monday. So you guys gonna have some fun time. Now let's talk about the books, so to say. The laughter show, I think you have removed your own message, so I cannot read it. Let me think. So yeah, you have removed your own message, so all I'm getting is message redacted, so I cannot confirm what you're talking about. So this book, Don't Believe in Everything You Think, it's a very unique perspective on why do we suffer. Like there is a part of suffering that is outside of your control, that's absolute, but here's the deal, then why do we suffer? Because here's the deal, if you can truly accept the fact that, hey, this is out of my control, it will not bother you, then why does it bother? And this book is a very good exploration of that topic, where it's like, why? There is a very big difference between thoughts and thinking, and this book explores that part. And the basic fact of it is that if you are thinking, you're gonna suffer. You have to reach a point where you are at equilibrium, you're not thinking. Basically, and it sounds odd, it sounds so counterintuitive, but again, that's a bit of a language also, the language that is used here, but that's the whole point. It's basically, once you zoom out a bit, like, you kind of reach equilibrium, things starts to work, things starts to solve out. And here's the deal, if you cannot change it, why are you worrying about it? And it may sound very cliche, it may sound a very, what you call, a basic stuff, and it is, that's the whole beauty of it, as like, simplicity is very awesome thing. It's just that this book explores that in such an interesting way, where you may actually get it, so to say. Like, the whole idea of self-help book is not that, oh, this book will solve all your problem. The idea is that reading them may, just may, there is a few probability that few percent probability that it might just resonate with you, and it might just push you on the right track. When that happens, things improve. That's all there is to it. It's like, we have the idea of spiraling downwards. Like, did I had a spiral downwards? Absolutely. When I committed the sin of my life, that is on February 2021, my life just went, my mental health, and my hair. So everything just went outwards and things were bad. But here's the deal, I took steps, many steps. And again, books were a very important step, because here's the deal, the Anupam Vipul of 2021, if you had told him it's like he's going to be reading books on his own money, I would have laughed out of you, like, laughed at you. But here's the deal, today I am, and I'm at my 4th book, and 5th book just arrived, which I might read in one whole day, because again, I have to do car servicing. Yesterday I have to cut a lot of time, so I might try to read that book rather than just like, watching videos, which I save in this. So it's a very interesting step, where you change one thing, it helps you to change another thing, that helps you, like, there is a falling upwards also. So doing things is compulsory, let that be very clear. Reading books is just one step. Again, if you employ it, deploy it, there is a very good chance life could improve. But how would that happen if you do not try? That's why every Tom, Dick and Harry, every adult, every successful individual is always talking about books. I never truly understood it. Now I do. It's like, okay, I get it. The fact that you have to sit down, the fact that you have to focus on something and actually read through it, which again, I used to think like this sort of book will take so much time. It's a few hours of read. And like, again, I read it through like, my morning tea break. So it did not took too much time, but it was a very eye-opening experience, so to say. Why parents want to control the kids' life? Do not do that even after they grow up. Is deal. There are certain aspects of it is from cultural, where this is how it has been, so they're never gonna change. Do not waste your time on trying to change them. If it's a cultural kind of thing, they're gonna be like that. It's like, it is what it is. You have to just move on with it. Basically, you have to get outside of their influence, so to say. For example, if I live at my parental home, this is my parental home, I am under their supervision. If I leave, like when I was in Bangalore, I did not have to listen to them, because again, I'm outside their parental. So choice is yours. And if you are reaching a point where it's suffocating, where it's like you are no longer appreciative or you no longer feel welcomed, it's better for you to just leave. And you're like, it's going to be painful. Of course, that's the whole point. You are choosing one sort of comfort over another sort of comfort. It's like some people prefer their freedom so much that they're like, hey, even if I have to struggle or suffer, I'll do that because I want my freedom that badly. And then they'll enjoy it. So you have to want it. It's like your guardian is not magical thing where they will control everything. First, you have to be outside of their control influence. Once you are out there, then you can make as a proper comment where it's like, hey, I'm all for you. I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna take care of you the best of my ability. But if you force me to do something that I do not want, I'm out. Basically, you have to give a very simple answer, like accept me who I am, or yeet. That's it. But if you cannot do that, if you are dependent on them. So first thing, solve the dependency problem. Other things will automatically solve. Do not try to change them. That's the worst thing to do, and it's useless, completely useless. Sir, what happened to you when your parents expire? Why we are demotivating youth not to get married? Not who will take care of you? I'm sorry, this message gives you pain to you. Here's the deal. It's a lie that your children can take care of you. Mathematically, only few % of children can actually do so. Like, it's not even like they want to. It's just that they cannot. Look at the inflation that happened in last 30 years. My life, it's not 60 years, it's not 70 years. It's not viable. People is not having their homes. They are not getting anything. Cars, homes, nothing. Clothes are expensive now. So, and healthcare, God help you if you have to go. Like basically, at this point in time, if a man gets married and both of them are working, both of them will be broke. That's all there is to it. So if they have children, children will hate them, because again, no child wants to be raised in a poverty environment. But again, children did not get asked. They did not have that say into it. So if you are rich, if you are like, bro, I can handle this, go you'll own it. But if you are not, it's not stable for you. And here's the children are very small section for adult life, and majority of time, majority of Indians are going through this right now, where they're like, okay, what happened to you? I was in a villager. I came to town. I did a job. What happened to your parents? They are in village. They're not going to bring that. And again, they cannot, like it was possible in 90s where, you are building home, you are bringing parents from the villages. Now you cannot do that because most likely you not have a home, you have a rented apartment, an apartment being generous. Most time you're just going to have a room. So barely good enough for husband and wife, let alone children, let alone elders. So this mathematical delusion is delusion only. It's not real life. They cannot do that because mathematics does not support it. And why do you want this? Oh, it's like, I want to be burden on my children. It's like, why? Why do you want that? Like, why do you want that to be a final desire? It's like, I want to, like, somebody to take care of me. Like, have a life that's worth living. Do not plan on your death. It's meaningless. You're going to die one way or the other. It does not matter. Have a life that's worth living. Do not sell death. Oh, what will happen at your death? It's like, who cares? I'm dead. So it's like, have a life that's worth living. And again, children do not get asked, where it's like, oh, do you want to be born in a scenario where parents are so miserable, so burnt out that they're going to be bad as a parent. They will not have a single shred of joy because again, they're like, oh, how do I pay this bill? How do I pay this bill? How do I pay this bill? And when you have a bad exam report, they will destroy you. Because again, they should not have kids because again, they could not afford the soul required for it. So that's why I do not pretend as like, oh, everything is fine and dandy. It's not. Mathematically, it's not. And again, it's like, oh, your children, most likely you are only going to afford one children. Most likely your child will be away from you. So it has no effect on you. 99.999% chance you're going to go into an old age home. That's fact. So this whole idea was like, oh, like what will happen in old age? You're going to die in old age home. That's it. Or hospital. Or die in some fancy accident. So is it good to do in teenage? That's up to you. Pre-university 11 plus 12 class. Okay. Pre-university 11 plus 12. Okay. Becoming financially independent or suffer, that's the simple thing. Yeah, it is very simple. You cannot complain about your parents if you are dependent on them. Like as simple as that. Even that applies for me. Like when I was in Bangalore, I was free. I did not have to worry about them. But now I'm here, I have to suffer that consequence. It's as simple as that. And again, that's why I said, like, if you had the luxury, like if you have the balls to be like, okay, I'm outside. If you want me there, you have to play by my rules because again, I can eat out of there any point. Like if they cannot control you, you cannot be controlled. As simple as that. Poor make 4 5 children, rich make 1 or 2. Again, it's like you can make as many as you want. Here's the deal, does not make them like basically life has what we call quality of life. So if quality of life is very low, it's not worth. Again, you can be completed if your life itself is worthful. Again, I have lived a long enough where I do not agree to that statement. So for me, life has to have a quality to it, and you cannot have quality if you are barely scraping by. You are barely like. Here's the deal. My dad at my age started this house, so to say, this whole building. I cannot even afford nothing even this magnificent. I cannot even do that. And again, it's not just me. Let that be very clear. It's whole of America. It's whole of India. It's whole of China. I'm basically talking about 3 billion people on the planet. So this whole social experiment that we did, we're destroying the family unit, it was in our past. It's not something that is happening. It's something that happened ancient times, as in like 1978. So we are dealing with the consequences, and all I'm offering people is a path that offers least amount of meaningless suffering. You're gonna suffer. Meaningless suffering you want to reduce. Your videos are science and techy, but your live streams are becoming life concept. Again, live streams are directly dependent on what people talk about. If people talk about science, I talk about science. If people talk about live stuff, I talk about live stuff. I have Redmi Pad 6 tab, which has display output. How do I know much resolution? It gives 4K 30 FPS or something else. Generally, your television or display will have a setting for that. Every TV has that. Which model of TV you have? Sorry guys, I do not know, something happened basically. Okay. I think right now it's working maybe. I'm sorry, something happened. Like again, my stream went down, like which is odd. I have nothing, no background process. So it may be from YouTube side. Okay, hold on. Oh, I think I tried that low latency, so it's not buffering anything anymore. Once I've started the stream, I cannot change it. So low latency does come with that penalty. Oops. Good to know. Good to know. Now I'll make sure that I do not do that. Yeah. Okay. That wife part. So whenever you say that wife will take care of your old age, wife ages with you. She also has healthcare issues. She also requires medical bills. She also requires everything that you require. It's not that 1 plus 1 equals 11. It's basically 1 minus 1, 0. You have two people suffering. Instead of just one people suffering, you have two people suffering, and both will hate each other. You need proof? Go to old age home. Do not listen to me. That will be very clear. Do not listen to me. Who am I? But here's the, there is one thing you can do to be damn sure that what I'm saying is factually true. Go to a old age home. See what happens. So this whole idea is like, I have no idea how the heck people came up with this bullshit, where it's like, oh, wife will take care of you in old age. It's like, am I marrying someone like, you know, like marrying when I'm 50, I'm marrying an 18-year-old who's going to take care of me? That's not how it works. I have no idea how the heck that happened. It's like, oh, wife is going to take care of you in old age. It's like, I have elder parents. I have elder relatives, even elder than my own parents. Yeah, both of them require constant care. It's like, how the heck that happened? It's beyond me. Suffering little is enjoying not too much. Yeah, that's what no one will blame Elon Musk for multiple offspring. Simple. Yeah, factually true. Factually true. It is as simple as that. Can you afford it or not? As simple as that. There is nothing more than that. Can you afford it? Yes or no? The end. Okay, now so I read 4 topics and listened to the authority audiobooks of the book. Don't believe everything you think. I am feeling good after listening it from the author's official channel audiobook. Yeah, that's also a good way. I used to do that. I used to do audiobooks when I was in Bangalore because again my travel from my home to office was like freaking 1 hour one way, 1 hour another way. So I got bored of audio, listening to things and all that. So I started to hear audiobooks. Lot of audiobooks I went through. But again, there is something fundamentally pleasing to actually read a goddamn book. And again, it does help my eyes, because again, all I'm doing is looking into this. So any minute I can take away from this while still being useful, it's helpful. It's helpful. Thanks. Hello, Sir Johnson. Hello. Hello to you. Marriage is not profitable for men anymore. Even if comes some aspect. It's as simple as that. HDL. I do not believe in this black and white concept of whether people are good or people are bad. I'm old enough to realize that you have good days and bad days. Now here's the deal. When bad days happen, you should not have a weapon that should go, okay, you had a bad day, one bad day, let's go, boom. But marriage became that weapon. That one bad day happens. One bad day you yelled at your wife, she's gonna, okay, I'm gonna destroy your whole life. Which they do. Again, do not listen to me. Go to any family court in 150 country. That's how absolute it is. Like one bad day. Again, there was nothing extreme about it. Nothing like, whoa, how could you? It's like, oh, it was a complete. Then it magically becomes the story. Then it magically, again, once court cases are over, I'll talk in more detail about that. And again, that's why I say, do not listen to me. Go to there and see, like, you will see the most humble man being so badly. And you know for a fact that stories is fake. It does not match the character. It's not even like one bad day he had like, you know, melted down or something. It's like, oh, he's always been this. It's like, you will see that and it will hurt your soul. So again, that marriage was 1 plus 1 equal 11. Now it is, you die. So that's why I'm saying flat out, let it go. Sir, I have a request to you. Please choose topics on science, please. Depends on the people. Like I'm talking about the books, and that's what I'm talking about. Who is the most powerful in the world? Wrong question. I watched 3 Body Problem. Find it quite funny playing on the pretext. Yeah. For me, it's the reason why I'm so interested in that. It's genuinely unique. Like I'm kind of a bit bored of TV shows and all that. It's genuinely nothing unique, so to say. I do enjoy Foundation series, but again, 3rd season is delayed, so I think it will come in 2025. But other than that, nothing else is there that is interesting to me. And again, I'm done with Marvel. I'm like, I had my run, I enjoyed it, now I'm done. So I do need something unique. And again, I'm not gonna watch, you know, what you call Breaking Bad, because it's a huge show. I ain't got time, that kind of time. So I want something that is like, you know, small chunks that I can digest. Still love the ship part. Oh, that, yeah, that was genuinely unique. That was like, I almost like this, what you call, this show tricked me 2 times. First time was like when that boat thing happened, I was like, oh, of course it's not gonna work, right? But it did work. I was like, oh damn. And then the sail thing, because again, because of this boat thing working, I was thinking, oh, okay, that will work, but that did not work. So it tricked me 2 times, and it was a very unique experience. I was like, generally I'm good enough where I can predict the flow of the story, but this time I was like, I had no idea. And it is truly like, because again, the novels are complete. It's genuinely good. YouTube will go, you will go to a family court once and then you will not have to go again and again. Yeah, that's also a point. Now you look more active, soulful. Is it because of the book or something like that? No, it's not that. Today I'm in a good mood, so to say. And again, things are happening. And one thing that I have to learn is that I messed myself up. Let that be very clear. Yeah, something bad happened to me. Absolutely. Was it painful? Undeniably. Was it outside of my control? Yeah, to a very large extent, it was outside of my control. But I messed it up. That's why I'm like starting to read books, trying to help myself. Basically, I self-injured myself. And again, once you get older, you will realize that's why like overthinking is basically a curse made by you for you. It does not affect anyone else. It just ruins your joy of life. And again, I suffer a lot from this. This book really helps me to put that in perspective. Nobody else is responsible for my suffering other than me. Because if it's outside of my control, it's outside of my control. I do not have to think about it. I do not have to worry about it. Like there is one chapter, many chapters, and one line that like almost like whoa. That wow moment for me was that in this they were talking about a glass of water, okay, basically a vessel of water which is dirty, and they'll say like, okay, I'll give you this vessel of dirty water, what will you do to clean it, right? And I was thinking, okay, so I have this dirty water, what if I evaporate it, what if I boil it, what if I do this, and then I read the next line. You would have thought boiling, evaporating and this. None of you would have thought that just let it be. If you leave the water, slowly it sediments. And I was like, damn, why the heck that was not my first thought? Okay, let it be, right? If it's dirty water, you just let it be, let it settle out. Let it settle out. And that was like, whoa. And that happened in court. When I was in the court, that's when it happened. So it was like, whoa. So that's why I would genuinely say, like, again, let this be clear, that happened for me. Something else might resonate with you. That's why we read books. So again, a self-help book is not guaranteed. Oh, I read this book, it changed my life. What they are saying, when anyone saying that, it's not that they are lying. They read many books, one resonated, and then it's like, whoa. And again, the act of reading a book is openly admitting that you don't know everything. Openly saying like, okay, I don't know it, like that action is the most important part. Like for example, this one will help you with overthinking, and this one will help you how to focus after you have stopped overthinking. Like this is a very interesting point, especially with old people. It has a lot of stories, basically real world stories that they are giving some context with. So it's a very good read. And in that, there is one very crucial aspect. It's like, imagine this way. It's a very common thing. You talk to old people and they always talk about, back in my days, we had to have this, and it's almost complaining, right? Almost complaining. And they are focusing on coupons. In this story, in this scene, so to say, it's a old granny, and he's like, fighting in the counter for, like, I have 50-year-old coupon and all that. Back in my day, we used to have respect and all that. Now here's it. Why she is doing that? Right? You may think, okay, she's old. No, she's not old. Like nothing affects you. Like you have a brain or you don't have a brain. There is no old brain. So what happened there? What actually happened is like she has nothing else. Like imagine if you are in an old age home, you have no family that is there. That's again, even if you have a family, they won't be there to communicate with you, because again, they have their own own cross to bear. Ain't nobody got time for you. And if you are in that scenario, what do you think about? What do you do? What do you give a F about? Nothing. That's why like they are so hell-bent on little things, because nothing else gives them meaning. You have to be very conscious. Like what about that Kalark who's fighting with it? It's like, again, Kalark is also wasting time, because again, he has to understand that she has nothing better to do. I do have something better to do. Either solve it or move forward. And this sort of perspective change was genuinely interesting. That's why I would say like reading a book does not guarantee that, oh, magically I read the book and boom, problem solved. What it does is improves your probability of something hitting you, something changing, something having a positive outcome. Okay. You will go. How much mileage drop you observe or espresso over these years? It's still giving me like 18 to 19, and on good days I get 20 kilometer per liter. Watch Chernobyl documentary. Yeah, Chernobyl was also very good. What's the point of being rich and old and powerful and die? You die anyway, my boy. Don't be stupid. You die anyway. The only difference is the path to your death is far more comfortable. Basically, it's less. It has reduced suffering. You're not going to eliminate it, but you can reduce a lot of meaningless suffering. For example, there is a very powerful line, which again is that poverty has interest. And what is the meaning of it? What's the essence of it? Essence is very simple. Let's say I can afford to go to a dentist regularly. Okay, cool, awesome. Now there is a minor cavity. Okay, a dentist is like, hey, this is a minor problem. Let's sort it out. You pay for it. You sort it out. Done. Now imagine you are poor. You cannot afford to. You bear the pain. You are suffering, and after a while, it will become bad enough where you have to do permanent surgery, where you have to actually pull the whole thing out and do implant and all that. Somehow you have to afford it. So here's the deal. You did not have money to pay for that small cleanup job, so to say. Now you have to pay, and you also suffered for longer. So poverty charges interest. So you cannot be poor and be like, hey, I'm poor, that's not bad. No, you have to be because poverty charges interest. Like if you cannot afford a good healthy food today, you gonna suffer, and then also you're gonna go into hospital. Unnecessary suffering. That's why. YouTube will become bankrupt in the future or not? I do not know. I do not know. Like, do Andy Fred, please think through your questions. Think through your question. Don't just like that. Think. Like, that's the first thing. Like, you have a question, crunch it, crunch that puppy. Then come up with a question. And again, do run one calculation. How would I know? Like, if you are asking me like my life journey and all that, that's cool. That's awesome. That's something that I may know. And something that is completely outside of my growth, like what Elon Musk is doing. How would I know? It's like you have to go through certain filters. Then you ask, then it's like awesome, GG. Then it's a very thoughtful interaction. If you just like whatever comes in your mind, you just blurted it out. What's the point? God bless you, because you made agriculture related video. Yeah, somebody paid a lot of money for that. That's like 10,000 rupees was paid to me for making that video. It's not free. Today my parents told me that I am not providing enough for the family, but I do not even have anything at my hand. Private possession of any my wealth is luxury for me, which I think will never have. I'm unclear what you're trying to told. Today my parents told me that I am not providing enough for the family, which again, it's a common that again, that's why like if poor people have children, they are always like, oh, why are you not doing enough? Because again, it's basically, it's almost like they failed in life and they expect you to pass where they failed. And that becomes a very, what you call, very bad feedback loop where it's like, even if you could have been a good individual, that misery, that basically you're getting suffering of that. Their, let's say your parents are 30 years old, you're getting their suffering preloaded to you when you are a child. It's like, what the hell? So that's why. How to increase delayed gratification? Discipline. It's as simple as that. There is nothing more to it. And again, do not try to discipline. Oh, from tomorrow. If anything you say like from tomorrow I'm going to go to gym. No, it's not going to work. It has to be small thing. Like it has to be very simple. Okay, I'm going to walk a bit. Like I'm going to try to work while standing in a computer, like standing desk. If you start with these sort of small steps, then you're going to make a progress. Then you're going to keep making it into a habit. The moment it becomes habit, then you add something new. And once you have enough feedback loop, then it starts to work. Like I made a habit that I'm going to go an evening walk as long as I can. Like again, there are always some day where I'm too busy to do it. There will be some days like today, it's raining, I'm not going to go out. There will be, but overall, like over the year, I'm going to do it like 200 or 300 days a year. And again, that will it magically make me, oh yeah? No, all it will do is help me not degrade. Let me be very clear, help me not degrade. So that's the whole point. Like, poverty charges a penalty. Ouch, power cut happened. Yeah. How to guide and control? Yeah, these sort of questions have no answer. You are expecting like I'm gonna give you a pen drive from my brain and give it to you as read books. Read books. Like it's a life. It's basically procedure of life itself. You are trying to decode. We cannot do that, man. And again, if we did that, it will be utterly miserable. utterly. It's like the best way to describe it is think in this way. Like used to play a game Raft. It's a very good game, and there was one place I got stuck. Now it's a resource game. You have to collect a lot of resource, and I was frustrated. It's grind. It takes a lot of time. Okay, cool. Then I was like, what if I cheated this time? Because again I was stuck, and I cheated and I tricked the game to make it. The moment I did that, I completed the game. I did not even think about the game anymore. It's like it lost all its joy. The moment you struggle, that's what it gives you, that pushback. Like that there has to be a pushback. Without that pushback, it will not work. And that pushback mechanism is your own emotion. This book specifically talks about that part itself. There are lags in live field. Yeah, I tried ultra low latency and it does not seem to be good system. Solar, wind, mass, yeah. A capacitor will not give you AC sine wave output. That's why you need mass for grid inertia. Capacitor is a DC component. Even an AC capacitor, if you plug a multimeter to it, it still gives you DC output out of it. It can handle AC being in an AC circuit or not. And there is no what you call AC component coming out of it. You are not getting that AC sine wave. That's why. It has to be a sine wave that is basically holding everything together, like the grid. That's another benefit of using AC grid. Again, not that many people talk about that. That is one inherent benefit of AC grid. It was like very easy to make large. In DC, every segment has to be very isolated, so to say. And again, it is true in what we call HVDC interconnects, where they send the power, like let's say from A to B. In that location, they generally have what you call a lot of synchronous condenser in order to sync the grid. So that's one core component of AC grid that is good. Pass fail understood. Why my parents wanted me to become doctor? Because they wanted to become before doctor got it. Before to become doctor. So understood. Why my parents wanted me to become doctor? Because they wanted before to become doctor got it. Yeah, that's one way of saying it. Basically, what they are loading onto you is their own failure. If they are not happy with their life, they cannot expect you to sort it out. Like here's it, a parents who has gone through a okay life, not expecting like rich Ambani kind of stuff, like okay life, whereas like things worked out, they will be chill with their children. They're like, okay, chill, you're gonna sort it out, like you're gonna be fine, you're gonna sort it out. But people who come from poverty, they're like, oh, you have to do this. I suffered so much. It's like blah, blah, blah. It's like it's like nobody wants to be born in that sort of family. That's why like children do not ask to be born, we just force it to them. American accent, British accent versus India, which is your favorite? Wrong question. You can learn emotion control. Every person will have their own thought structure, so they have to be done by them. 1% of the world rich are responsible for carbon emission equivalent to half of the population of the world. How much truth is there in this luxurious lifestyle? There is a very significant truth, like significant. Like I will not say it's like that bad, but there is a hint of reality to it. There is a reality of it. People like private jets or airplanes, they cost so much. If yes, so why don't rich stop even after so many objections? Why do they care? You see, it's like if you are poor, you are meaningless. If you are rich, you are powerful. As simple as that. Like you can go 10,000 things. Oh, isn't this like does not matter. There is like in evolution, there is one law, only one law. And it's not humble, it's not like that's what I laugh when people say, oh, nature is so kind. It's like, no, nature is beyond cruel. Nature only has one algorithm, and then one law is might is right. So that might is defining their action. It's like they can afford to, they can dare to, you cannot. So it's as simple as that. Might is right. We try to build society to tame that, but you cannot eliminate that because that's on a natural level. That cannot be eliminated. But you can tame it and like basically use capacitor instead of inverters. Yeah, it for DC circuit it will work, for AC it will not. So that's the whole point. If they can afford it, they will do it. And again, I will also do the same thing. For example, this is my first branded watch, so to say, Casio watch. Then I bought this watch. Again, why did I? Again, I wanted to, because I could, as simple as that. There is nothing grand about it. It's not like, a conspiracy or anything like that. It's very simple. Why are you standing? I'm standing because some during the last few months of random, like a lot of time, like generally I used to travel once a month or 2 times a month to court. Then it became like almost weekly I was traveling. So sitting in a car for like a 4 hour one way, 4 hour another way, 8 hours per day, it like triggered my hamstring, which was there 4 years ago. It was also there. It never went away, but like it got triggered so hard that I cannot sit on my computer chair anymore. It hurts too much. So I'm standing. Again, I can sit there, but like for 20 minutes, and I'm trying to figure out what is causing that pain, because it's like, that's why I'm standing. I've been doing that for like past 3-4 times, and it's a bit more dynamic. So, so okay. So a married man is not a person, he is a prisoner of his own sin of marriage. Yeah, that's mathematically true. I once asked about the atomic decay of nuclear reactor. You suggested a periodic table of isotopes. I can't find much understandable language. Any help? No, man. It's a complex thing. It is a complex thing. Like what you want to understand is a complex thing. You cannot back away from that. It's like, I want to understand calculus. Yeah, it's a freaking calculus. It's not going to be easy. You have to go through that. So what you review your favorite YouTube channel by spending 2-3 hours a day live watching through the channel? One from healthy section, one from one from Bhagavad Gita, 1,000 rupees. Will you ever review your favorite? No. Again, my what I watch, what I consume changes. Like there was a time where I watched a lot, like a lot. There was a luxury watch channel. They were like really intricate about the engineering and all that. I was like, damn. That was like fad, so to say. I went into that. There was some other fad where I was like, cleaning old equipments and all that. That was a fad. Then I went to another fad, keyboards. Okay, keyboards. A lot of keyboard stuff. And all these sort of things happen. So I cannot tell you, it's like, oh, this is thing. Again, there are some good channels that I return back to, but there is no guarantee. Vertical farming versus traditional. Traditional farming is exponentially better. Vertical farming sounded good in early days, but more I research into it, the more I study about the healthy soil aspect of it. Yeah, vertical farming is useless comparatively speaking. So rich people might they are better than average. So why almost every hate of them special media, every social media, why they are hated in social media? Who cares? See, you can say anything you want about Bill Gates, but it's not going to affect Bill Gates. That's the power they have. Like you can try to cancel Bill Gates. It's not going to affect him. It's like, bro, I run banks. Like that's the highest level you can do, right? Affect their finances. It's like, bro, I am the finance. You see? And again, you can be like, Jeff Bezos is like, causing this. Like, bro, what can you do? What can you do? I run the freaking internet. Amazon Web Services, baby. I run your e-shopping habits. There is nothing. So once you reach that point, everybody hating you, it actually becomes what you call currency. It's like, oh, that many people hate you. Damn. It's almost like a royalty back in the days. People used to hate royalties, but that's what it is. I got property related ad in the live stream. How easy it is to buy a property in Bangalore. Lol, they forgot about the price. Yeah, that's factual. Yeah, that is the most comical thing that I see nowadays. Like, affordable home at Kurmaglat for 3 crores. I'm like, who has that much money? I was a smart recorder. I'm not a smart watch kind of guy. Like I want to watch to be a watch. Again, I'm very frustrated that digital watch did not get the proper glory they should have gotten. Like this is the only watch that has like any technology that looks like from 2000. Digital watch I'm talking. Like digital watch, not like fancy feature and all that. I have G-Shock. So okay, I have proper G-Shock. I have what is that? Solar G-Shock, that is like octagon shape, a very popular one. But again, it has all the features in the world. It's just useless. Why? Because display is this tiny. It looks cool, that's why I have it. But and again, it's a what we call dress watch. So if I'm going into a party or anywhere where I do not like to look like a poor person, there I will wear that. You're like, damn. So it's there, but like as a digital one, like this is the closest I got to a watch. But again, the case looks so cheap. If it had a metal case and like solar into it, it was like awesome. Like the battery does not last in this. Like that's why I'm like a lost interest rate. It's like so much. And again, the belt is, I'm on the second belt. I can't keep affording buying new belts. So, and I do not like metal belts because heavy, but this, what you call, resin band do not last very long for me. Like I do wear 24/7, it does not last. So I've stopped wearing watches now. You may have paid attention to that. Like I always used to wear a watch. Now I no longer have watches. So is there, like I feel very different. Like at some point I was like so angry. I was like, what if I make my own watch? Well, I can't do that, especially after ChatGPT. It's just that I don't think I will have the patience to finish the project. That's my biggest weakness right now. That's what That's the thing that hurts me the most. It's like I never finished the goddamn projects. In USA, 1 year more people die. Why don't they take action to take care of kids? See, that's again, you are reading meaningless data. Like his deal, 9/11 was one incident, one boom event. This pew pew violence, it's not one event. It's like, oh, 5 happened here, 100 happened there. Not even 100. I haven't seen anyone where it's like reached 100. It's like 15, 16 happened here, 10 happened there. That's how it's diluted. You cannot pay attention to it. But 9/11 was a concentrated event. It's like, boom, this happened. So there is a very big difference. It's like same reason why we give a damn about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. More people than that have died in world wars. Who cares? Because that incident, that compression, is like so much life lost in one incident. That matters. That's why. I want to start vertical farming. Please give any good thing. Yeah, that's not my department. You have to get into people who are like actual, what we call hydroponics expert. They will be able to take care of you. Hi Anupam, do you remember me from last stream? The last message I said, help me in monetizing, but really I wanted to say, watch my video and I say I can do that for improving it. I still have no idea what you're trying to say. Do you remember me from the last stream? The last message, by mistake, I said to help me in monetization, but in reality, I want to say that watch my video and say what I can do to improve. Oh, basically you wanted feedback for improvement. Okay. I see you. I'll see whether I get that time or not. Okay, comment after the live stream is over. Comment about it so I can see it. Because again, this chat would be there, but it will be very hard to find. Okay, if your brother says he is happy with his marriage, he's either calling from his house beside his wife, do you think he needs to be saved from that stuff? It's his department, his choice. Many times I have made it very clear. Time is different. That his marriage is like ancient compared to mine. Ancient. So again, world changes. Before 1984, after 1984. Like, things that are today, like inflation today versus inflation 5 years ago, completely different thing, same thing. Things change. And again, even today also I'm telling you, like, you can't risk a marriage. It may work, again, but every passing year that may work will shrink. So as simple as that. And again, I have many friends who are similar age as me and they are married, and most of them, I hope, I wish, I pray that they are happy. I have to hope for that. It's like I do not interfere in other people's life. All I tell, go to family court. And if you are already done, there is no point. The train has left the station. As simple as that. Have you heard they are installing petrol engines in Tesla Model 3? They call it hyperdrive. Is there any good? Is in Norway, make a video if possible. It's called series hybrid. If they are doing series hybrid, that's an awesome technology, but it's nothing extraordinary. I have many videos about that. You think anything like that will happen with you? That's his life, his choice. It's not for me to interfere unless you ask. And again, so make a watch with ink display. It will look cool. I thought of it. I genuinely thought of it. Like I was this close to making it. It's just that I cannot finish the project. That's the problem. I can start the project. I can buy things. I can code. I will have like first 80%. I will make maximum progress. But when it comes to actually finishing it, I'll get bored and leave it. That's what happened to my fume extractor. So again, I will try to restart again because now I hopefully have enough time, enough buffer that I can actually finish it. And again, if I can just code it that it works, like all I need my ESP32 is to launch a web page. So I connect it, the web page comes online, then I using my mobile phone gets into that, no network should be needed, no app should be needed, then I turn it on, I will be fine. That's all I'm looking for. Like right now, that's like I've reduced it, like I wanted power delivery and all, no. Just watch this part. So we'll see. Zero till farming is good. Yeah, absolutely, it's good. You never ask for a like and live stream. I do not need to. See, either people like it or people don't like it. If people like it, they will click likes and share anyway. If they do not, again, forcing it will barely do anything. And again, right now, the English channel is very organic. It's very small, but it is very organic. That's the good part of having a small channel. It's very organic. I know that anybody who's coming here is coming from searching it. Like, for example, there is a lot of interaction in this video. Axial flux motor, that has a lot of interaction. Turbo pumps, like there are only few videos that have good interaction, but the interactions are so nice that I'm happy with it. Rich will like, you hate us because you ain't us. Factually true. That's factually true. That is factually true. Can we make digital currency that cannot be made counterfeit? No. That's Bitcoin. You went into cryptocurrency. Inflation became brutal nowadays. You need to beat inflation at least. Yeah, good luck with that. Again, some people will always succeed. There is no discussion about it. Majority will not. That's the problem. That's what I said. The family unit is broken. The majority of people are like just simply cannot afford those sort of thing. So you live in rural area because you travel 4 hours just to get to court. No, court is in different place. Like basically, I'll talk about that once once this all is over, because again 3 were there. I do not know about the High Court, is it applied or not. The 2 remaining, not 2 remaining, basically 1 was also over, but the one still going on, that again yesterday was a date of his 13th. So again, it's not completely over. It's not like done, finish, over. Once it's that done, finish, or I'll talk about it, not before that. YouTube versus TikTok, whom you support if TikTok became long form? Again, YouTube is better, fundamentally better. Sometimes people forget to like, yeah, that's up to them. Can you share your daily routine? Your fans want to know. Doing live stream back to back. You are so energetic. So please share. There is nothing unique about my what you call daily report. And again, there is something icky about sharing those sort of things. Like I would like to share, oh, this is the tool I use, this is the keyboard I use, this is the mouse I use. That's fun. That's like a tool discussion. I have fun with that. But when you start like, what is your routine and all that, that starts to go into that icky territory. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that. So if true, the judge can he boom your life even if you're not guilty and have all, yeah. That's why I said go to family court. This happens every day. Go to family court. See that. Go to family court. So now we come to the another book, this part, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. The reason why this is important is basically it breaks certain things down. It's like whether you enjoy your life or hate it or suffer in it or revel in it, it all depends on your perspective. It all depends on what you give a damn about. For example, there was a time where I used to give a damn about Star Wars, right? I was like, oh, Star Wars, what they're doing with it is a lot. And then now I'm at a point where it's like, I don't care. I do not care. Like they can have the most garbage ass TV show. What is that? Acolyte. I do not care. They could have the most badass show. I do not care, because like I ain't got time for that. So simple as that. Like again, there is a point, right? Anupam Vipul was young, dumb at a point, and again it has to be. And again, I do want my elder version. Basically, I'm 32 years old right now. 42 years old version should look at me and be like, hey, I was young and dumb. That means I had a positive progression. So I used to watch a lot of TV show. Was it complete waste of time? Significant, but not completely. Why? It did help me learn in communication. It did help me refine my way of communicating. And again, the whole YouTube channel that I'm running is simply because I can communicate. Not great, but I can. I could not have done that if I had not invested so much time and effort into TV shows, so to say. Heck, I have watched Smallville. Only few of you will know what that show is. Smallville, and I watched until it became so bad. I was like, no. I watched Big Bang Theory. It became so bad. I was like, no. I watched Dexter. No. I finished How I Met Your Mother. I finished Friends, but I was reaching a point. Slowly, I started to reach a point where I was like, meh, who cares? There were some good shows, but they never got like, third season or something. Like Almost Human was a very interesting one. So there are like a lot of good shows, and I learned a lot like in terms of language, especially from Sherlock. It was like a really deep in terms of language context. So there was some really helpful scenario. Justice is a joke. Read the trial by. Are you a freaking idiot? Like really? Are you actually telling a person who is actually going through a court case, who has like multiple court cases, multiple court days on his own real life, to read a book to learn about the justice system? Are you serious? Are you freaking real? Not just other also I'm asking. Yeah, others are also that bad. Our knowledge updates on our interests changes. That's a common thing. Yeah, that's the whole point. Again, I'm not upset at that Anupam Vipul is like, oh, why you watch so much? And it's like, again, it had to be done that way. Otherwise, I would not have gone to this point. Like I did job in a 3D game studio for 2.5 years, and again, that did not went anywhere. But does that mean it was a waste? Hell no. I can flex like this. Oh, this Spider-Man 4 like PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game is like, yeah, that was a big, yeah, my name is there. It's like, oh, this Forza game? Yeah, my name is there. Oh, the Halo? My name is there. I learned a lot. And again, I could not have done this channel in my home because again, there is bed, there is sofa. I would just lie down and sleep. I would not have the oomph needed to actually grind to make this channel. And I gave myself 2 exact years. Like 2 years, I told my parents, it's like I'm gonna make a living out of it. Like again, I'll start making money. How much I make, I do not know, but I'll start. And again, exactly in 2 years, I did that. Yeah, these shows are were addicting. At this point in time, if I watch a show and it starts to go bad, I just leave it. Like I'm just like, no. I think when was the last show? I used to watch Expanse. It was very good, and they finished it, so I'm very happy with that. Oh, there was one another show. It was like from the guy who did the Doctor House. It was from that TV show. It was like, and it's like everybody's in a spaceship, everybody's like very cuckoo, and it's like, everybody's like, that was so bad. I was like, no, it was just waste of time. So again, shows try to be addictive, but once you reach a certain age, it's like, meh, who cares? Justice was only for the rich people. It's like, yeah, you're telling me. It's like, I have a real world experience, and I wish for your sake that you never figure things out that I have did. Because that means your life have to be messed up badly. Which you feel so difficult, but you have to do it. In which video you feel so difficult, but you have to? No, nothing like that has happened. What about rejoining the grind? Yeah, of course I will do that. Like the main thing is everything else. Remove everything else. Is the main issue with me, Anupam Vipul. Nothing what happens in the life and all that. Those are things that exaggerate the problem, but the core problem is that I never have the oomph to finish the goddamn project. Like if I can finish the project, I would have so many awesome projects to show with you guys. It will be like mind-boggling, but I never had that oomph. Have you watched the show called Lost in? Yeah, I watched that Lost in Space season 1. I think completed, and then I was like, yeah, this is BS. I'm out. It just did not resonate with me. I'm like, I yeeted out of that. I'm like, I'm out. It felt so silly to me. It's like, I'm out. What's the best day for you? No, it's like I used to think like, back in the days it was the best day, but now I'm a bit different. Now I'm like, okay, I'm having some good times. This Anupam Vipul that is having to go through this much suffering and this much frustration, this much court case. The court case itself is scary. Imagine actually have to go through that. Imagine having 3 cases to go through it. Imagine having the guts to actually pull through on the other end, because be mindful that my case that I won, it's in 13 years. First time in 13 years. The last case that happened like mine was 13 years ago. So that's a big thing. That's a tangible, a big thing. So that does give me a bit of oomph to it. Basically, there was a very interesting line where it's like, don't wish it were easy, wish you were better. That is like very precise word. And again, these things sounds like a cliche, but once you get older, once you get wiser, it starts to make sense. Is not suffering you enjoying? Is your mind suffering? Not. Okay, I'm just saying it on your not follower. Just a self-help book. I want to suggest to your godfather a self-help book. Please do not see it as a religious book and all that. Why you don't give detail about cases? At least the case is about. Again, I will once it's over, not before that. And again, it's personal choice. I will not explain it further than that. It's a personal choice. I can do that. I can even have a a lawyer draft me out whether it will not cause any issue to me, but I will not. Bro, Ujjwala, I'm not asking for reading recommendation though. Then why are you giving reading recommendation? Like it's the same thing. If I'm not asking, I'm not receiving. Let me ask, then you recommend. If I'm not asking, do not recommend. That's the first thing you have to understand as an adult. If people are not asking, do not give it. Like flat out, do not give advice. Just don't. Like I will not randomly go to a random channel and say like, unless there is something like really stupid, I will not say anything. It's like if somebody asks, okay, then I'm gonna give a feedback because again, I was asked. If I'm asked, I'll do it. If again, I expect the same adultness from the other people. Where it's like, hey, did I ask? Yes, help me. If I didn't ask, don't interfere. As simple as that. That's why I keep saying life is about resonance. You resonate with some things. Again, Anupam Vipul of right now, if I had sell the same thing 3 years ago to Anupam Vipul, oh, read books, it will help you. He would not have believed it. Again, he was in a different place, different position. Let life go through, man. Let life go through. Life has to go through. You have to go through the bitch slaps. There is nothing other than that. Case is where you are not perfect, give me money, you are not a person, money giver, I think. Close, I would say close. You are very, very, very close, I would say. Should not be supreme, we have changed according to the times and situation. It's irrelevant. See, it's all about resonance. You can have the most eye-opening moment if you are reading a religious book, or you could have like the most trash book. Heck, even if you are reading a porn novel, and it may just have something that resonates. It's all about resonance. It's all about that. Resonate. Does it resonate with you? That's why we have so many music. That's why we have so many TV shows. I could say one TV show that I did not like. Other people like, dude, this was orgasmic for me. And that's life. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it is. We do not have to be like, oh, you have to do this. Like the moment you do that, you messed up. You need to read this. You should not give a damn what I'm reading. Like the moment people start to compare and compete, you messed up. Like here's the deal. If I say, hey, I read this book, oh no, that book is nothing. You should read that. You messed up. You should be at best case scenario. It's like, hey, so what are you doing reading right now? It's like, no, I'm trying to find some new, hey, I have read this book. You may find it interesting. Then people will be intrigued. You're like, okay, let me look into it. But if you're like, randomly, it's like, oh, you're reading a garbage book. Here's a better book. People will never do that. Like that's the easiest way to guarantee that nobody ever does it. Like one of my friend did that, and I'm very angry about it to this day. That happened like freaking 10 years ago. It's like, I like Domino's taco. And I know it's not true Mexican quote unquote tacos. I'm like, but it's tacos. I go to Domino's, I say, give me a veg tacos. They give me a goddamn veg tacos. I eat it, I enjoy it, the end. And I'm not joking. When I said that, he literally to my face said like, no, I'll make you real tacos. I'll make you, I'll take you and make you eat real tacos. I lost my shit. It's like, that's not how food works. You eat whatever you goddamn enjoy in that moment. It's like, this like adult is like, oh, that's nothing. It's like, I've seen many people like, TV shows like, oh, those are like garbage tier TV show. Does not matter. You enjoyed it? Awesome. You did not enjoy it? It was a waste of time. As simple as that. It's not like, oh, that show is blah, 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 blah. This show is good. That's not how it works. One thing added, you abuse me or abuser. Good luck. If that bothers you, good luck. If that bothers you, good luck in life. Good luck. Video on different types of habitation design for space, like the one with inflatable balloon-like structure. Yeah, I think I have already made that. But again, I think I'll do that. So I'm 20 years old. Just a month ago, I realized I have I don't have autonomy in my life, and my life was controlled by my elder sister. Oof, that's a tough realization. But again, you are 20 years old. You should not have like figured it out earlier than that. It will make you miserable if you did it. So like, I think you are 2 or 3 years away from getting a job. So see, the moment you get a job, it's about independence also. Once you can truly stay on your own 2 feet, people have to respect you. Because again, if they do not respect you, you are like, bye. You do not have to do anything. It's just like, bye. I do not have to put up with you. As simple as that. So what makes Indian judiciary so slow? What makes the case so long? It's a very messy. It's bureaucracy, nothing more than that. It's not evil. It's more of like BS. So not whatever case, but thought different abuse. Rocket is ready. Next 4 moon space colonizers step forward. Let's say, are you mature now? That's a unanswerable question. Am I better than I used to be? That I can tell you. Am I mature? Define maturity. Like some people will say, oh, this child is mature. Like, is it paying taxes? Then how are you claiming it's mature? So at least we have this system. Are you financially sufficient? Yes, I am. Am I like swimming in money? No. Would I survive like this luxurious lifestyle? Yes, this is luxury for me. Okay, deal with it. This luxurious lifestyle, if I was in Bangalore, hell no. Bangalore to my place is like 100x difference. So yeah, of course, here is much easier. So it's one of those things. GST dete guru. Yeah, it's a fundamental point. It's like the only thing I can tangibly quantify is like, did I improve when I started this YouTube journey versus now? And yes, there is tangible improvement, tangible. Like his deal, you must have noticed that all my videos now comes with timestamp. It just triggered into me because when I made completely independent Camera Tuesday channel in Hindi, that time I was like, okay, I'm porting so much video. So what could I do? I was like, okay, what if I add timestamps on that? Then I added it. Then I was like, it's not that difficult. Now I have timestamps on all my video. all my video has timestamps now. So those sort of little things, yeah. Again, I put a lot of effort into it, and it does work for some people. And my God, my shots are so random. Like nobody's watching the shot for 900 days. Nobody's watching the shot for 950 days. Everybody is watching on 951 days. Like literally, this is the graph: flat, 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 flat. And this is 900 days. Like it's more than a year old, and then randomly it's like ta-da. So things are weird, so to say. Maturity comes after hard hits from life. Yeah, that's a factual thing. No, started working in Zara, this is a full job, yet I'm still not allowed to spend money like that. Okay, then you have to physically leave. That can only be done if you are physically not in the same place. Like leave physically. Other than that, oh, look at the time. It's 1 hour, so it was a surprisingly dense live stream. I think, let me look at the analytics. Looks dense. So anyway, I will see you guys next week, next Saturday live stream. Bye.